I've just been going through some bits and bobs on that bench, having a bit of a sort out today to see what I've got, what I need. And while I was doing that, I come across these, forgot all about them. Some more onion sets, really good sized bulbs. And I popped them on that bench quite a few weeks ago and I forgot all about these. So they need planting, but they're still very firm. So nothing wrong with them, thankfully. At least one job today is to get these planted somewhere and get them growing, because we need at least 120 days for onions to reach maturity. So since we're still trying to build up as much as we can in that container garden, I'll just pop them in one of these. There's plenty of room for them onions. Obviously we can't put them all in, but we can do a couple of containers. Then we can put them outside and forget all about them, because they'll look after themselves. So just put some compost in this and a little bit of feed, as we always do. And I'll get some of these in. And you've seen me plant onion sets before. It's just a case of pushing them into compost and just leaving the tops sticking out. And of course, keep them a little bit away from the edge of your containers so they've got room to expand. And I'm not sure how big these onions get. This one feels a bit soft. We'll not bother with that. We've got plenty in this bag anyway. I'm leaving about 3 inches between each one and about 2 inch from side. We're not going to get many in here, but it's going to get rid of some of them for us. I won't like to think I've wasted them. So that'll do. And then I'm just going to put one right in the centre of that. That's another job done that we forgot about. So there we go, quick and easy. 7 onions in there. I think they're called Stuttgart, those ones. We have got a couple left. We've just got 6 left now, so I can just randomly plant them in one at raised beds, because I know there's a bit of room in there as well. But I always like to get another container on go whenever I get a chance. So we'll pop that down to the container garden, because we have got a few days of rain coming, so it'll get all the water in it needs then. So today I don't need to bother. I don't know if you remember, but on a previous video we found a little lettuce plant growing in one of those 12 cell packs. Only one, and it was quite small, so we popped it into a container of its own. I thought we'll see if we can grow it on and make a decent cut and come again salad planter. And we've just left it outside in that container garden. And it's surprising what a difference just a couple of weeks makes once the temperatures go up a little bit. And obviously you've repotted it on into something a little bit bigger. I'll show you what it looks like now. So you can see just how much this plant's come on. It looks amazing. And we've got a mixture of really nice red lettuce and then that green on the other side. So considering this was a plant that big and we just popped it in a container that size, we've got a really nice harvest of fresh lettuce there. That's got to be worth waiting for. And of course we can cut these leaves and then it's going to grow back again. For a plant that we'd originally given up on because we didn't think anything was going to happen, that's a pretty good result all round. That's going back into that container garden, and we've had this on a raised platform so we know slugs can't get to it and birds aren't too bothered. That's why it looks pretty much untouched. Apart from getting a really nice harvest of lettuce, I did spot something else on the way up garden today. Let's go and take a look. And that's this. We've also got a nice little harvest of rhubarb. And we took a few of these quite recent, so we might as well pull a few extra. And that's the thing you need to remember when you're harvesting rhubarb, always pull it. Like that. Because that wound from where you harvested is basically self-sealing. so you'll not get any unwanted creatures. We'll take a few more. Some nice little sticks of rhubarb there. And we've got another one here. Considering it's not been that long since we took and harvested rhubarb, that's not bad at all. And all we need to do with that is chop that leaf off and rough side of that stem, and we've got some really nice sticks of rhubarb. And these leaves can go straight in compost. So just a couple of minutes in garden and another very welcome reward. And obviously as we go through season, little harvests like this are going to get more and more as we start and get plants to reach maturity and give us that fruit. I've also filled another one of these containers, and I filled it with his own made compost. It's a little bit rough, but it's still good quality. And you know there's going to be loads of nutrition in this as well. We might as well put something in this one and get another planter on go. Once again, I'm putting some more seed potatoes in. I keep saying I'm not going to get any more seed potatoes, but because I've got lots and lots of containers, every time I see any, especially ones that's pre-chitted, I just think why not? Because I ain't got to wait 4 or 5 weeks to grow chits. All I need to do is fill a container, put them straight in, and that's another job done and another pending potato harvest. So I got a few more seed potatoes, only a couple this time, and these are definitely going to be last ones. And these are main crop ones as well. So I'm going to put them in this container, and this container is pretty much full. So I'm going to push them right down to the bottom bar a few inches. So these ones are going to be completely buried from the start off, and hopefully we'll see something. Then I'm going to do the same with another one right at the other side of that container. Push it as deep as I can, and I'm just going to put 2 in here and then cover them up. We'll see what we get out on it. But you know, as I always say, anything is better than nothing. And of course I'll pop a label in. And that's another potato planter done. What I'll do is I'll pop that outside and I'll put some mesh over the top, just to stop cats trying to dig in it. And they're quite easy to move as well. Those peppers that we potted on are all looking perfectly fine as well. And we've left these in greenhouse for the last few days because it's not too cold for them at the moment. We know that in the next few days they've said temperature's going to drop down to possibly 1 degree. And if that happens, I won't take them indoors. I'll just put some fleece over the top just in case. But any smaller peppers that I've got, I will take back indoors. And also any really small tomato plants. I've also got a really healthy looking broad bean plant, which has now reached full size. It's a dwarf variety of broad bean, so that's as big as it's going to get. But at the same time, it is starting to split off. So they're going to grow as big as this one and produce more flowers to make more beans. But you've got to keep your eye on these plants for blackfly, because before you know it, they'll cover the entire stem and ruin your crops. So when it reaches its full height, which it's at now, I take these tops away, because that's where your blackfly is going to land. You're not going to hurt your plant doing that, but you're going to save yourself a bit of hassle. So that's the very top of your plant. If you separate these leaves off, you find that part there. So that part I'll just take away. I'll just pinch that off. So I've taken that part away and I've left these leaves. But if you don't remove your tops and they do land on your plant, they'll very quickly populate the entire thing and ruin it. If you suspect that you might have an infestation or aphids, you can just simply use a pressure sprayer like this and blast them off. And don't worry, you'll see them if they're on there. So you can just go around and blast every single leaf. and 9 times out of 10 you'll get rid of majority. But if you do this and it's very sunny outside, put this in shade, otherwise you're going to scorch all your leaves. The good thing about those dwarf broad beans is they don't take a lot of space up. So we can put them in these 2 litre containers and they grow on perfectly happily. You can see that even though it is only a small container, this plant has already reached full maturity and it's starting to produce beans. So that container is obviously good enough for that plant. But obviously you're not going to get as many beans from a dwarf variety as you would one of these fully grown plants. But there's nothing to stop you from sowing a few more. Which is what I'm going to do, because broad beans are pretty much alright to put in anything. If only for bulking a meal up. There's still plenty of nutrition in those. And for what space they're taking up and compost, since I've got some seeds left, we might as well sow some more. So I'm just going to do another 6 plants. And because it's a little bit warmer and a bit lighter now, these plants are going to germinate and grow faster than the original ones did, to a point where they'll virtually catch up with it. These ones are called Sutton Dwarf, in case you wanted to try some. And obviously, very big seeds, broad beans. And because they're big seeds, we want to push them quite a ways down. So I'm just pushing those in. And that's done. I've still got loads of seeds left. But you can also sow broad beans in autumn. So we'll be saving a few of those. So I'll just give them that little bit of a cover up. I'll give them a quick watering. And then we're going to be set up with another 6 dwarf broad bean plants. Once again this weekend, just having a little look round, see what needed doing. We've got a few more seeds sown, we've got some things planted, and more things set up for that container garden. It's quite early in the day, plenty of daylight hours left. So we'll get on with a few more jobs this afternoon, and then we'll think about what we're going to be doing tomorrow. And if you want to see what that is, please hit that subscribe button and press that notifications bell. And we look forward to seeing you then. Take care.